Welcome into another edition of the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime. Josh McKinney joined by Jamie McCracken for the first time in a couple of weeks. It seems like a lot of different things, as we teased earlier, from district rivalries to championship celebrations.
Seems like, no, it's just the truth, okay? North Laurel versus South Laurel, Hazard versus Perry, that's where you were at. Rebels versus Bobcats, that's where you were at. A lot of high-intensity games, and we will also go to Lawrence Creek, where I was at, to celebrate Cordia's All-A State title.
We are going to start, though, with the first thing you said. North versus South, a big game. Our Appalachian Wireless game of the week, in fact, across town, rivalry number 6 versus number 4. Jaguars trying to avenge a loss earlier in the season to the Cardinals in the jungle.
It was only by 8 points.
Only by 8. This one wasn't quite that close. North Laurel down in the first, but this play will bring the fans to their feet. Peyton Broughton the throw down. North by down 5. Now in the second, Broughton down low to Bryson Asher. Asher turns and flips it in. Deficit still 5. Third quarter, though, South begins a little run. Ryan Anders misses the attempt, but Caleb Taylor, back and healthy, grabs the board, gets the putback. Cardinals by 13. More Taylor. The feed from Anders, misses the first attempt, but follows it up with the deuce. Lead out to 15. Taylor now dishing the rock out to Andrew Griffith. Attacks the rim for 2. They would lead by 20 in the third. As we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard, a huge scoring drought for North Laurel, too much to overcome. South Laurel wins it 70-61.
We just needed to relax. We missed a bunch of free throws. Credit to North. They just kept fighting and they just kept attacking us, and we just kept. It looked like we got less aggressive especially there in the third and the fourth. They did a great job of coming back.
But obviously your team did plenty.
Okay, a power outage delayed the start of the Redbird Oneida Baptist boys game. We're still in the dark. It was about 40 minutes till they get this thing running. So the lights are not completely on, but it doesn't matter because Jonathan Kabonga says, I can still find the bottom of the net. OBI now on offense. Alex Usa, he gets the kick out. He can see just fine. Mountaineers up by 1. Shots falling early, though, for Redbird. Junior Kick Toko.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. Like I said, doesn't matter if the lights are out, I guess. Here we go. Redbird working the give and go here. Junior and Kabongo. Cardinals up 2 on the Mountaineers. And then OBI head coach David Robinson not pleased with his team's effort to start the game, but you got to be pleased with that right there. Oneida Baptist put the pedal to the metal and wins it 62-28 over the Redbird Cardinals.
Coming up on tonight's show, a couple of district rivalry games, including the Betsy Lane Bobcats paying a visit to Allen Central.
But first, Lawrence Creek celebrates the Cordia Lions and their All-A State Championship. You want to check it out next. Welcome back. Time for our Fans in the Stands, sponsored by Eastern Kentucky University. Look who it is, Josh. That's my boy Umar Kita of Cordia handing out the shirts tonight. Of course, the Lions coming off that All-A State Championship run in Frankfort. He loves the kids love him. That's how it works. The Cordia Lions are Fans in the Stands, sponsored by EKU. Well, speaking of the Cordia Lions celebrated their All-A State Championship one last time tonight for the Lawrence Creek community. Now, when I was assigned this assignment, and I just wondered how else could I tell this story, so I went back to day 1 when Cordia knew that it was still banned from playing any postseason ball. A time when their gym was condemned and other coaches were trying to pull Cordia kids into their school. Here's one more sights and sounds piece to cap off Cordia's state title run.
Yeah, we need help. We really do. Our gym is completely destroyed. You cannot play in it. We need the help of not only the community, but people outside of the community.
We do have a lot of diversity here, but these kids really love each other. They don't care who scores, they don't care who rebounds. All they wanted was to bring this back to this community, to bring a little pride back to Eastern Kentucky. That's it. And that's what they did. They set a goal and they've accomplished it.
I want to present the 2015-2016 All-A State Champion, Cordia Lions.
We need to bring one more person out there. He's very deserving of this. He wants no credit. He's a great man. He's a kind man.
I was a little tot here. The first team, they started high school basketball. The first team was in 1938, and I remember. I saw the first game in 1938, which is 80 years ago, and I've waited 80 years for this to happen, and it finally happened. And I'm still on a cloud. I don't know where to go from here.
We get kids who come here, they buy into what we're doing, they buy into the system, they work hard, and they get results. So the thing that keeps me going is when I hear kids come back from college and say, thank you for everything you've done for me, Coach. Let's go!
You talked about the college kids just now. One of those kids I saw in LA, AJ Tagovailoa.
Yes, and he was one of the kids. Actually, when we played Bulleties down at Lexington Christian Academy, he literally came up to me before the game, gave me a hug, and says, Coach, I understand that. People get so caught up in the wins and the losses. It's so much bigger than that. Where bridges are being built between people that would have never ever talked to each other. And that's what it's about.
Let's talk about this team now.
All I can think about is the journey. It's been a great journey. It's been a long journey. This community has been super supportive of me, of this team, us integrating it into this community. And a lot of our motivation was for this community. A lot of times when we ended huddles, we said, let's bring it back to Lodge Creek. So the kids were motivated to do this for the community.
I don't have this written, but I want to say something. That's why I do this job. They've been incredible to me, and that was a fun run to watch. Now, Cordia is set to be eligible next year, not only for another All-A tournament, but the Sweet 16. And Lions, they only lose two seniors, A.J. Chisholm, who was not there tonight because he had his grandma's funeral, and Zeke Bialis. Josh.
Now I get to follow that up. Thanks a lot, Jamie. With 2 weeks and some change remaining in the regular season, teams are fighting for postseason seeding, and that includes Allen Central and Betsy Lane in the 58th District. The Rebels 2-2, the Bobcats 2-3. Student section ready for Allen Central and Betsy Lane. Rebels looking for the season sweep of the Bobcats. Off the Rebel miss, Cameron Nelson kicks it out to Seth Hall, open for three. Allen Central takes the early lead in the first. Betsy Lane working it inside. Zach Hamilton, he's shooting 62% for the season. Bobcats down 2. Hall on the run now after a Bobcat miss. Drives in, check this out, gets bumped. Still gets the jumper off the glass, lead out to 4. At the other end though, Kyle Watkins, the soft touch on the short jumper in the paint. Bobcats back to within 2.
Looked like there's a good crowd there tonight.
It's a very good crowd there. Check out this pass. Cameron Blevins to Hall. Nice little quick dish to Dylan Cottle for the 2 in the paint. We go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Allen Central gets the 56-50 win over Betsy Lane, improving to 3-2 in district play. The Rebels host Prestonsburg on Monday.
I say we go to Pond Creek. You want to go to Pond Creek? All right. 60th District Girls Action. Belfry hosting Lawrence County. First quarter, Lady Pirates. Lena Harrison. Oh, yeah. That's 1, 2, and 3 the hard way right there.
She's really fun to watch.
That is, putting them ahead early. And then, again, the first quarter, Harrison with the rebound, and Harrison with the, are you serious? 1, 2, and 3 the hard way.
2 for 2.
Goodness. Lady Bulldogs looking for a comeback. They'll pass it around before Lakin Chapman for a 3-ball. That's a splash ball, actually. Lady Pirates, they're not letting up. Pass to Kaylee Rash, and she'll go around to Bulldog. Not 1, 2, and 3 the hard way, but a nice floater. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. The Belfry Lady Pirates cruise in this one, notching a district win 65-30 over visiting Lawrence County.
Much more to come on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, but as we go to break, here is this week's Alice Wood College Boys and Girls Mountaintop 10s. We have already seen tonight a couple of teams in the 58th District battling for postseason seeding, as well as a few other. But one district that does not see it is the 54th. So tonight's game between city rivals Perry County Central and Hazard was just for good old-fashioned pride. Lady Liberty in attendance for Hazard and number 1 Perry County Central at John C. Combs Arena.
I like it.
Pick this one up in the 4th as Jor Frazier hits the pull-up jumper. 2 of his 18. Bulldogs by 9 in the 4th. Approaching 3 minutes to play, James Blair. That's a nasty step back and drains the 3. Commodores pull within 2, 66-64. We would go to overtime and in OT. Well, it's the Blair show. 17 seconds in, he gets the bucket. Then off the feed from Damon Tobler. Jumper from the elbow is good. Perry takes a 3-point lead. How about one more? Tobler with the screen.
It's usually Travis Dunn.
Well, he had a big night too, but not much after I got there. The acrobatic layup increases the lead to 5. We go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Blair goes for 24, Dunn at 25. Top-ranked Perry Central beats Hazard 84-78. Michael Spurlock led the Bulldogs with 23. These two teams will meet again later this month in the first round of the 54th District Tournament.
I say we go back to Redbird. It's the Lady Cards and the Lady Mountaineers of OBI taking on each other. I remember the lights went out in the boys' game.
They did. That's key. Remember that.
Redbird posts the first field goal in the night. Allison Smith to the hoop. Lady Cards up early. That's major key, by the way, to the hoop. All right, but back comes Oneida Baptist quickly. Mardori Flan fakes the pass, finishes herself. Lady Nears back on top. Quick passes for now. Oneida spots Ashley Boer wide open in the paint. OBI up 3. And then Madison Keller showing off the ball skills. Another major key right there.
Nice crossover.
Nice layup. She gets to the paint. Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Now get this. You remember? The lights were out?
Yeah.
Okay, the game will be suspended at halftime due to a power outage. Oneida Baptist leading 39-10 as of now. There is no scheduled date for the two teams to resume the second half.
That is awesome. Pike County Central playing host to June Buchanan in girls action tonight. In the 3rd, Cassidy Mullins, the pass to Madison Mullins, throws it up and in for 2. Lady Hawks up a point. Staying in the 3rd, Michaela Likens from the corner. 3 ball for JBS for the lefty. That gives them the lead. Off the tip now, Caitlin Keithley will lay it in for the Lady Hawks on the steal and the finish. Lady Hawks down a bucket though. Late in the 4th quarter now, Lexi Likens will find Bree Harrington for 2. They'll end regulation tied at 55. So for the second time this block, we go to overtime. And in OT, Harrington will find the goal, adding 2 to the board for JBS. And the Lady Crusaders outlast Pike County Central 67-64.
They actually finished their game, though.
Coming up, we hear from Kentucky head coach John Calipari about tomorrow's opponent, the Florida Gators.
You'll be there. And the big news of the day, the Louisville men's basketball team will not play this postseason. We'll have more on that coming up next.
To be honest, I really thought it'd be sooner, because, I knew records were meant to be broken. I knew it was going to be broken sometime.
I followed Whitney and been with her long enough to know you can't count anything out with this kid.
Once I get in that game, I'm just thinking about helping my team win. Just really didn't have any idea.
It's not like it's a fluke. She's put the time in. She's been playing since 6th grade. She's going Division I to Western, same school I went to. So, credibility, it's there. So it's not like some fluke that she just got lucky.
It's been tough for her, I think, because she just wants to win. And she's kind of wanted to get it out of the way, I think, so we can get focused back on winning.
She's a competitor, and I think she would be willing to sacrifice all that to win games. So I think she just needs to make sure she enjoys the rest of her high school career, and because her career's almost over at Jenkins, and she'll move on to WKU.
I scored, and when I hit that mark, coach looked at me and told me I got it, and the fans started cheering. So at that point, I knew I had it.
Time now for our Long John Silver's nothing but net shot of the night. Back to John C. Combs Arena we go. James Blair of Perry County Central, 24 big points for the Commodores in their overtime win over Hazard. But this step back three is ridiculous.
Hashtag step back three.
Tickles the twine. Just drops it. James Blair of Perry Central, our Long John Silver's nothing but net shot of the night. Time now for our Saturday slate as we get you set for tomorrow's action, sponsored all season long by Union College. John Calipari and his Kentucky Wildcats hoping to bounce back from Tuesday's loss tomorrow afternoon when they host the Florida Gators.
Yeah, should be fun, right?
Should be.
All right, the Cats are coming off back-to-back losses to Kansas and Tennessee, while the Gators have won 2 straight. Calipari says this year's Florida team reminds him of his UMass teams in the 90s, big athletic players who can shoot the rock. Oh, yeah, and they can defend.
I mean, I've watched the tapes. They're really good. They got good size. They got a three-point shooting 4. Their guards are good. Their defense is, they're playing, they look like my old UMass teams. I mean, they're giving you one tough shot. When you drive, you got 5 guys near you, and they're rebounding with 5 guys. He's doing a good job with that team.
All right. Head coach Rick Pitino today and the Louisville Cardinals announcing a postseason ban earlier this afternoon. And it kind of reminded Pitino of the situation he had early in his career at Kentucky.
Yeah, Pitino referenced the Unforgettables and how the UK fans rallied around them, showing support each and every home game. And he expects the Louisville fans to do the same for this team and its seniors.
This is a punishment I thought would never happen this season. This is a decision that's as harsh as anything I've seen. But I'm a soldier in this army, and I will go along with Dr. Ramsey, and certainly there's no one in life I have more respect for than Tom Jurich.
That will do it for our show. Much more tomorrow with Jamie and Lauren. Until then, though, thank you for watching. Good night.
Shout out Jayla Spurlock, 1000 Point Club. Whoop. No music.